Level 90, dinner and a show. Manager's work is never done, or so Jammingway's muttering would indicate. Here for a status report? I quite understand. I get terribly anxious whenever I have to step away from the cafe. Why, just the other day I returned to find that Gribulov had snuck behind the counter to bathe in the soup. Such incidents aside, the last dregs couldn't be more successful. We're bustling with business and Elysian is thriving. Yet as the manager of this operation, I would be remiss not to ponder new ways to juice a little more happiness out of this carrot. This unit hastens to indicate that the current levels of juice and happiness are within optimal parameters. Any attempt to push either beyond capacity may prove disruptive to the present equilibrium. Of course, it would be disruptive, you glorified can opener. Threat to the status quo may be, but innovation is the lifeblood of business, and to think of our patrons' delight should we treat them to, say, thrilling entertainment over a cup of carrot coffee. Whatever we do needs to be truly spectacular, though, so good that even the Nibiroon won't simply stare morosely. If only I had ideas whatsoever. Dreaming ways are full of ideas, can't vouch for quality, though. Perhaps you should pay a visit to Hopper's Hold. It's quite a sight. Really now, I had heard that they were cooking up something in the hold, but I had no idea the project was such a success. I'll see it for myself. Interested in a trip to Bestway's Burrow? I'd appreciate your opinion on any possibilities I turn up. Trust you can mind the cafe in 7000. Contact me via the Ragnarok system should there be any more soup scandals. So this is the new Hopper's Hold. I must say it's a significant improvement over the old crates and buckets. As for these stations that everyone's hopping to join, that one over there is a true work of art. I particularly appreciate their taste in subject matter. However, one can hardly expect half a dozen civilizations to share the same aesthetic sensibilities. I shudder to imagine the pontification and gunfire that would ensue if we asked our patrons to paint a mural. Those machines remind me of in 7000, right down to the ears. They would fit in quite well with our current staff. And again, that would hardly be an innovative addition, would it? We already have more condescending numerical projections than we could possibly need. I suppose music is another matter of taste, though those Loperids certainly seem to be having fun. You think a mournful dragon would enjoy being blasted with laser lights while it sings its ancient melodies? No? Pity. Shop. Perhaps our patrons would enjoy a selection of knickknacks sold alongside our regular menu items. Though mining those Omicron coins requires a truly exorbitant amount of processing power, and what if increased circulation led to a drop in omni-token value? Mother forfend. This station looks familiar. I wonder if Cooking Way has any new recipes to share. But there is quite a bit of carrot on the menu already. In 7000 would doubtless whir and whinge about the lack of variety. Gasp, is that a broadcasting station? Oh, I do so love a good transmitter. Wonder what sort of messages they're sending. They're speaking to the people of Aetheris to let them know they're not alone. You're listening to Hope FM. Stay tuned for more talking in ways all day and all night. Moontime. Color me intrigued. Ensuring widespread access to receivers seems like hard work, but well worth the effort indeed. You could adjust the tuning of the Ragnarok's communications facilities to receive this transmission in the last dregs. Still may not provide the level of crowd-pleasing excitement we're aiming for. Each and every one of these stations is wonderful in its own right. I fear none are quite suitable for our goals. Perhaps Dreaming Way can dream up something special for us. Oh, Zillian, is that Jamming Way? It's been so long, I had started to think they were avoiding me. You opened a cafe out in Ultima Thule. That's one mother of a dream. And business is booming. Well, I am honored to be consulted about your upcoming event. Now we only need to work out what it is. You spoken with Talking Way yet? They received letters from listeners across the star. Surely one or two have mentioned exciting happenings on Aetheris. Wait here. I present Talking Way. It's a pleasure to see you again. I would be happy to assist in your endeavors however I can. Forgive me, but have we met before? Yes, you would remember me as Counseling Way, but I have recently taken the name Talking Way in honor of my new dream. How wonderful. I look forward to working with you, Talking Way. Dreaming Way mentioned that you were in search of rousing entertainment for your patrons, and one possibility hops to mind. If our listener mail is any indication, Thavnir's hippo cart races have been drawing quite the crowd of late. Folk come from far and wide to see those hippos hurdle, 'tis said. Hurdling hippos? Why, that does sound exciting. We could set up a race course in the necropolis to give Lastrek's patrons a prime view of the action. Stirring contest of speed and skill, the likes of which Ultima Thule has never seen before. Surely that will pique even the Nibiru's interest. Any ideas on how we might approach these hippo racers? Their leader is a friend of yours? You really do know everyone. Hope we can count on you for an introduction. The Hippo Hustle in Ultima Thule sounds like it's sort of entertainment that should be available to all. Could our radio station provide a live broadcast of the event? But of course, with the Ragnarok as a relay, there's no signal we cannot boost. I should like nothing more than to share the joy of such an experience with our listeners across Aetheris, and certainly would be curious to attend myself. When it's settled, we'll make a start on the preparations. I trust you can convince the Hippos to traverse the Sea of Stars. The Thavnir, you said we're looking for a woman named Turner, correct? Ooh, I can hardly wait. In fact, I can't. See you there. Husqvarna. This little one with you? They've been there patting their ears for a while now and staring. Got a lot of staring going on. Radio? Yeah, I've heard of it. One of my crew lugged a radio contraption all the way here from Old Charlian. That could be who sent you the letter about the Hanish Hippo Hustle. Come to think of it. These races are the talk of the star. We'd love to bring that sort of excitement over the Ultima Thule, though it's a wee bit of a trek from here. Ultima who? Now them I never heard of. They live across the sea somewhere, I take it? As buoyant as our hippos are, we can't send them out into the wide world on their own. You'd need Akala and me to race them safely, and I have too much work here at home to abandon my post. I can't thank you enough for taking an interest in our operations, though. Oh. Truly a shame, but I would hate to make the hippo riders disappoint their own customers in the name of entertaining ours. What to do? Dreaming Way and Talking Way, we're excited for this plan too. We mustn't give up just yet. I'm calling a strategy meeting to be held. Well, that post over there looks like as good a place as any. Understand Turner's passion for her work. I feel the same about my own. Perhaps someone else might race on her behalf. No? Turner race. Ahem, I heard your conversation, Akala. I want to race, Turner. And I know Turner wants to race. Akala, you're the one Turner mentioned, aren't you? Never. Turner's work ends. When she finishes with Hippo, she teaches us the common tongue so we fit in. She teaches us Hannish manners and fairness in trade. Aka, I find your language difficult, but my speaking improves. Turner says so, but Turner has no time to ride hippos now. Cares about hippos and hippo riders, her kin. Always she helps us. But she forgets we can help her. Always we want to help her. See, Turner is a great leader, but she takes every responsibility upon herself. No wonder she has no time left over to raise hippos. Always, Turner listens to you. You must talk sense at her. Yes, I quite agree. If, in her heart of hearts, Turner wants to race, that's all the more reason for us to host a hippo hustle. You think you can convince her to come around? You hold it right there. I know that look, but you'll find it ain't so easily persuaded. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registration. Talk sense to Turner. You know how important our delivery business is. You helped us get our start, so why try to talk me out of it? Reasons. You can make deliveries later. Opportunity is knocking now. I know you live for excitement. Don't you want to explore the unknown? Of course I would. There's only so many times you can race the same course without it starting to feel like a chore, but too many folks are relying on our services for me to go gallivanting. They'll survive for a few days without shawarma delivery. Kala's worried about you, you know. Doesn't your hippo deserve a change of scenery? I told him there ain't nothing to worry about. I miss racing to be sure, but the hippo riders come first. Business couldn't be better, and I'd like to keep it that way. Have I ever led you astray before? Surely it won't fall apart in just one day. I recall a heartwarming lesson learned during the inaugural Hannish Hippo Hustle. It was a race for the ages, to be sure, and it was all thanks to our team here. Like I always say, you can only do so much by yourself. I do say that, don't I? Yet here I am acting like a Kala back when he first got here. Guess I was right that him and I ain't so different in more ways than I knew. Alright, fine. The hippo riders will pull together to keep things moving in Thavnair, and you'll have your race. Dun, dun, dun. Mm-hmm. Wasn't very long. Little cutscene warning. I knew you would come through for us, but why, you had her convincing herself by the end. And 7,000, is that you? Affirmative. Several shrill life forms have come bearing word of a hippo hustle to take place in the necropolis. As serving units have automatically initialized advertising protocols, this unit requests swift confirmation that these reports are accurate. They are accurate, and tell those units that I like their initiative. As for my fellow Loperate life forms, I recommend a tall glass of carrot juice for each. They're sure to place additional orders. Acknowledged. Interference. Testing, please respond. Prioritizing requests for managerial assistance on the customer service front, ending transmission. Don't you terminate this transmission on me. Rude. What was that all about, I wonder? Level 90, dinner and a show, complete. Level 90, a dream worth chasing. Hemingway appears moderately concerned about the unidentified calamity that may or may not be befalling the last dregs at this very moment. Initiating a new call doesn't work either. I doubt that it's anything serious, but perhaps you should check on N7000 just in case. You typically carry at least one object suitable for a light bludgeoning, do you not? I'll work out the finer details with Turner and see the hippo riders safely to Ultima Thule. I trust that the cafe will be intact when we arrive. How did A4 research? Astra X probably. Your return is most welcome. However, one managerial life form remains conspicuously absent. Understood. This unit will initiate idling protocols until Jammingway arrives. Carrot-based refreshments have already been distributed to the newcomer life forms. And such refreshing refreshments they were. Furthermore, as your sensory organs will have detected, the usual customers have vacated the premises. This unit will now convey additional context. Once upon a time code. So, to sum up, we no longer need worry for lack of patrons. In fact, the last dregs being empty is quite inconceivable. Really, thank the sisters. Wasn't sure we'd make it, especially after that experimental etherite. Oh, wait, where are the customers? You had one job, you buttons for brains. Elevated body temperature detected in nagging life form. This unit recommends swift consumption of chilled liquids. As for the customers, they have temporarily ceased their consumption of fine cafe fare to prepare for the upcoming race. Corellians procured a transport vessel with the assistance of Stigma 4. Presently, the global citizens and freedom fighters are conducting a joint test drive. Meanwhile, the Grebulovs expressed a long-standing desire to float about within the Mewwives, which were eagerly volunteered by their EA caretakers to serve as steeds. This unit's ethical algorithms are still processing. The dragons, too, intend to participate, soaring through Elysian's mountains that has revived their passion for flight, and they have expressed a desire to see more of Ultima Thule from above. Unexpected, but I'll take it. So long as our patrons reach happiness, the means by which they travel matters not. The unit agrees and hopes that all patrons will be replete with joy upon their inevitable defeat by the superior Omicron vehicle. Artillery may be involved. Artillery? Artillery is no match for Akala. I dodge. This is shaping up to be a gauntlet fiercer than Bartum's metal. This unit also invited the Nibiruun to share the singular experience of losing to the Omicrons, but their registration remains pending. Nevertheless, they have conceded to observe the other civilizations' preparations. We'll have to hope that the overall excitement sweeps them up eventually. For now, we have our own preparations to attend to. On that note, this unit recalls that the inventing lifeform wished to speak with Zilly regarding said preparations. Reports of critical levels of static electricity indicate the likely presence of this ally of base Omicron. Now, this unit must return to the supervising Stigma 4's production of racetrack features, engaging enthusiasm protocol. Oh, he said base Omicron. Should just teleport. Aha, just the person of Aetheros I was hoping to see. So our Omicron friends doubtless relayed to you, this race is no longer a mere spectator sport. The people of Ultima Thule will be bringing the best their civilizations have to offer, and they mean to win. Should the Arcus Adara then be left to defend Aetheros' honor all on their own? Nay, says I. Mother put her faith in the myriad peoples of the star for a reason. Fortunately, we brought a number of moonhoppers to help prepare for the hustle. With a little help from good old Inventing Way, there's no reason that one can't haul you to victory. I had been hoping to join the contest. And 7,000 mentioned artillery. That might be Reese's. And the moment of our triumph will soon be upon us. I've already taken the liberty of altering this moonhopper. Dazzle your competition with the hyper hop step, or press the big boost button to outstrip them with ease. Actually, why not do both? Do mind your power reserves, though. Even with my prodigious skill, there are only so many batteries I can shove into this chassis. Now, hop along and tell N7000 add one more entrant to the roster. I'll catch up once I've discovered where this final screw belongs. Good. Go to Hulai. Do I have to actually do something? Race preparations continue in accordance with projections. Did the inventing life form raise any matters of note? You'll be joining the fray. How thrilling! Entrant register. Registered. This unit will now provide supplementary information regarding the course. Please direct your orbs toward this geographical data display. Race will begin at the starship Ragnarok in Ostracon Deco Octo. Once jamming way and Ogle signal the commencement of hostilities, competitors may proceed across Rayatara toward Ostracon Tria. Passage through the checkpoint rings is mandatory. Those rings look rather lofty. How are the hippo carts to get through? Ultimate goal, emotions become reality. You only need believe to make your hippos fly. You just call me an ultimate fool? Because I'd have to be to believe something like that. Once in Ostracon Tria, racers will enter the artillery zone, which extends from periphery of Ostracon to the abode of the Ia. This exciting enhancement is sponsored by the Alphatron civilization. Wait, you were serious about the artillery. What if my Soria gets hit? Out of concern for the curiously smooth four-legged life form, Stigma 4 is presently manufacturing non-lethal cannons. Encountering these painless projectiles will result in no more than explosive removal from the course. Those who remain unblasted should continue to Ostracon Decahexi and proceed through base Omicron. It is merely a matter of reaching the finish line located at the last dregs. I win then, I feast on tiny desserts. Note that in accordance with Omicron contest protocols, there are no restrictions on contrivances mechanical, magical, or maniacal during the race. This concludes the briefing. At least I packed my rainbow galal. Soria should be happy to run for it, no matter where she is. You brought galal? Why do you not share? Sharing is caring. We've been through this, Akala. Your hippo's never shown a lick of interest. You just like throwing things. Go ahead and make your preparations. I need to make sure N7000 isn't understating the firepower of those cannons. Once that's taken care of, I'll retrieve your Moonhopper and meet you at the Ragnarok. All right. I guess we're going to get to race. Upon commencing the race, several cutscenes will play in sequences. Recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. The games begin. Are we actually going to do something, or are we just going to watch? Doesn't it look like a duty of some sort? Could have just like reskinned Chocobo Racing. Test. People of Aetheris, are you there? We're your hosts, Talking Way and Dreaming Way, coming to you live from the very edge of the universe. And here among the stars, the Hyper Hustle is about to begin. This contest is for the ages. We'll see competitors race across the land as barren as it is beautiful, vying to be the first across the finish line. You won't want to miss a moment of this, folks. Now let's introduce our racers. Called by the speedy Soria as a courier as fast as she is reliable, all the way from Thabnir, it's Turna the Hippo Rider. Next, Gajasura, as fearsome as the track as he is fearless on the battlefield, honed in the fires of the Hanish Hippo Hustle. I, Akala. Let's hope that Peacekeeper's less peaceful functions are disabled. Hailing from Corellian, a team of once bitter enemies turned fast friends, the citizens of freedom. I have a mount that looks like that. Our next entrant may look more frolicsome than furious, but pass them at your peril. Supported by the ever so daring Meweaves, it's the electrifying Grebulov X. This mean, clean, speeding machine is ready to put the Alpha back in Alphatron civilization. Say hello to the lethal Lambda unit victory. Hello, what wisdom rides the winds of Elysian and Fair Peaks once forgotten? The Dragon Star has joined the fray. Last but not least, Sword in the Darkness, a beacon of hope, the champion of Eorzea, friends across the universe, we present the one and only Courier of Light. Scooty Puff Jr. What's this? A Nibiruun Challenger. Are they supposed to be there? I thought the Harrier was our last participant. You made it. You prepare a vehicle, we can lend you a Moonhopper if you'd like. That will not be necessary. I killed one of those things. What in the name of the mug swap and Murga? Soya's a good girl, but she ain't no divinity. How's a normal hippo meant to compete with that? Like I said, you and your hippo need only let your competitive spirits burn bright. Where there's a will, there's a way. Quite literally. Suppose I'll toss some Galal and hope for the best. Racers, are you ready? Our racers have assembled on the starting line. Who will surpass the rest to emerge triumphant? On your mark, get set. Go! And they're off with the Nibiruun god R'hllor taking the lead. Sweet mother, a juicy jolt from the Meweaves that sent Lambda unit tumbling. The other competitors race on. They're now entering the next area in the field of automated artillery. Moving on its own. I didn't catch all the last. Citizens of freedom are going in. We have received a transmission from the Peacekeeper. This is not compared to the carnage on Corellian. Yeah, you heard it here, folks. The Peacekeeper is down by double cannon blast. How fortunate that the Corellians wear helmets. Callous cart is enveloped in a cloud of galal. Or to distract competing hippos, perhaps, or did he fall prey to rainbow temptation? Whatever the cause, it has only made Turner the Hippo Rider's cart fly all the faster. He has overtaken the Hurrier of Light for second place. Don't get cocky. Claim victory, you must overtake both Turner's Hippo cart and Nibiru's Rala. Oh, am I going to get to do something? I have already taken the liberty of altering this Moonhopper. Dazzle your competitors with the Hyper Hop Step or press the big boost button to outstrip them with ease. Actually, why not do both? Do mind your power reserves, though even with my prodigious skill, there are only so many batteries I can shove into this chassis. Mash the boost button until you surpass both racers. Use the boost to overtake the Hippo cart, then distract Rala with a Hyper Hop Step. Grab Sawyer's attention with the Hyper Hop Step, then boost yourself past Rala. Do that. I don't guess any of the options really matter, huh? I mean, maybe the video is slightly different. Sorry, Turner. The hippo has halted, overwhelmed by the euphony of my song, no doubt. And the Hurrier of Light has taken second place to cries of "This ain't over" from Turner the Hippo Rider. This is it, folks. The final stretch. The Hurrier of Light has pushed the Moonhopper to a hair-raising speeds. I did not read that all fast enough. We have word from N7000 at the finish line. The winner of the Hyper Hustle is... Really? The Hurrier of Light by a nose. Yay. We do not understand. Our chosen form was suitable, our performance flawless, yet victory was not ours to claim. It has been long since we have experienced this quickening of the pulse, this vexation. That's racing for you. Just when you think you've got it, some grinning idiot comes shooting past to take the gold. Then sometimes you get to be that grinning idiot. And that's the thrill of it. You never know if it'll go your way. You just race with all you've got. That you're upset to have lost can only mean one thing. You want to win next time. That's a dream worth chasing. Trust me, I'm an expert. We do feel a yearning to race once more, a desire to triumph. Happy to leave you in the dust anytime. Looks like my hopper's going to need more batteries. This as well. We will engage with the other patrons of this establishment to develop a superior stratagem. Dynamis readings indicate a positive effect on the local environment. In accordance with Jammingway's aspirations, the Last Dregs has become an ever greater source of hope. Despite the significant expense, extensive property damage, and crushing defeat incurred, this unit rates the Hyper Hustle as worth it. I think you did all of that on a Loprit-built craft. I'm delighted that we could play some small part in your triumph. And I'm even more delighted that the Nibiruun have finally found something to work toward. Still, I'll be glad to resume our usual service. Maybe make myself a nice carrot coffee while I'm behind the counter. You were right, I admit it. I had a great time racing, even if I didn't understand half of what was going on. But as fun as it was, I need to be getting on home to Thavnair. Don't want to leave the Hippo Riders alone for too long, lest some hems ahead start getting restless. We finished packing up the broadcasting equipment, so we'll be heading back to the Dreaming Workshop ourselves. So soon, if it'll feel so empty out here in the cosmic void without you. Affirmative, but did we not have one more objective to complete before the other organic life forms depart? Objective? Oh, I nearly forgot. Talking way, inventing way, help me lift this. 1, 2, hook. For you, a trophy befitting the victor of the Hyper Hustle. As you can see, it was designed in the image of the Last Dregs, the Hippo Riders, and also the Dreaming Ways. It reminds me, we brought a few commemorative gifts as well. Talking way, inventing way, help me lift these. 1, 2, hurt. One for the Last Dregs and one for Svarna. You have any eatery there too, I hear. And I hope you'll let us keep you company at meal times. Whether it's weather advisories, hopping music, or simply a friendly voice you need, Hope FM is here for you. So this is a radio contraption too. It has bigger ears than the other one I saw, but I'll be sure to listen with the crew. I was just thinking we should get one of these. Our patrons are going to love it. Projections anticipate increased customer satisfaction in the ambience category. Thank you. We wouldn't be here if you hadn't brought us together. I think I speak for everyone when I say this day will shine like a newborn star in our memories. I hope you feel the same. Just don't let it eclipse the possibility of more unforgettable days to come, after all. Look across the sea, up to the moon, past the distant stars, and you'll find us waiting for you. Level 90, a dream worth chasing. Complete. Reputation up. Reputation has increased to Allied. You have achieved Allied reputation with the Hippo Riders, the Dreaming Ways, and the staff and patrons of the Last Dregs. Through your efforts, your allies from Aetheris to the stars beyond have forged bonds of friendship that promise to remain strong through the years. You are truly a hero to societies throughout the universe. Even unlocked, Space Race. Yay.